The U.S. Supreme Court case Sturgeon v. Frost, decided in 2019, marked a significant shift in the interpretation of federal authority over Alaska's lands and waters. The case originated when John Sturgeon, an Alaskan moose hunter, was prohibited from using his hovercraft on a river within the Yukon-Charlie Rivers National Preserve. Sturgeon argued that the state, not the federal government, had authority over the river, and thus the National Park Service couldn't ban his hovercraft use. The case highlighted the unique legal status of Alaska under the Alaska National Interest Lands Conservation Act, ANELCA, of 1980. After a lengthy legal battle, the Supreme Court unanimously ruled in Sturgeon's favor. The court held that the National Park Service did not have the authority to enforce a hovercraft ban on rivers running through Alaska's national preserves if the rivers were owned by the state. This decision had far-reaching implications for land management in Alaska. It affirmed that much of ANELCA's framework applies only to federal lands and waters, not to state, native, or private inholdings within conservation system units. The ruling was seen as a victory for Alaska's state rights advocates, potentially limiting federal control over certain lands and waters within the state's borders. However, it also raised concerns among conservationists about potential impacts on environmental protections. The case continues to influence discussions about resource management, conservation, and sovereignty in America's last frontier.